toward modernity. We're about to begin a unit that is going to start dealing with major cultural events of the late 19th and early 20th century up to 1914 or the beginning of World War I. But first we need some intellectual background to understand this period. It was a time of growing unrest in Western Europe and in the United States, politically, economically, scientifically, and religiously. First, there was a great deal of political unrest for a very, good reason. There was a increased growth of democratic systems throughout Western Europe. Monarchies were being replaced by more equitable forms of government. This growth of democratic systems taught people that they had a right to share material benefits of the Industrial Revolution. As a result, people became discontent. So in wealthy countries, the poor people began comparing themselves to the rich, and in poor countries, the people began comparing themselves to wealthy countries. So they wanted a share, they wanted a stake in the new political and economic systems, and didn't necessarily feel like they were getting it. And we see this played out in countries' decisions to opt for either capitalism or socialism. With industrialization came big business, lots of money, lots of people sharing in that money, but with it also came horrible working conditions. And as a result, outcry, the rise of labor unions, and socialism. And as you know from our discussions previously, this socialism had its base in the works of Marx and Engels. Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels' Communist Manifesto was published in 1848, and it argued that capitalism is inherently evil. Marx and Engels believed that factory workers derived no benefit from their labor and had no political power, and that only through revolution and the abolition of all personal property would workers gain freedom and equality. A very famous quote by Marx is this: "Take from everyone according to his faculties, and then give to everyone according to his needs." Marx believed that economic and social forces drive history. For Marx, everything is political. He was very materialist in his thinking. Who was in control was a question he often asked. Why are they in control? And what are they doing in the culture to keep you, ordinary working person, out of control? So these were questions that were being asked throughout the early part of the late 19th and early part of the 20th century. There was also scientific unrest. Great progress in science was undertaken during this time period. The infant mortality rate dropped, life expectancy increased, which led to increased population and food and housing shortages, things that people had to contend with. And also, as we've seen before when we talked about industrialization in the middle 19th century, people were faced with a growing sense of alienation, of an anonymous and impersonal existence, of not truly feeling connected to anybody else. An isolated feeling, so to speak. There was also religious unrest that centered to a large degree around Charles Darwin and his publication of The Origin of the Species. According to Darwin, species are fluid or change over time. They evolve, in other words. And he developed this theory to explain changes, disappearances, and variations in different species. His idea of natural selection, who survives, is basically just the idea of survival of the fittest. And new studies in anthropology and psychology began to give people new ways of looking at and explaining life and behavior. So with all these changes going on, the question became how to deal with it all. Interestingly, art, music, and literature show how people were internalizing and coping with these changes in the world. So we get art, literature, and music that looks very different from the music, the art, and the literature that we've looked at so far. Remember, art, literature, and music don't exist in a vacuum. They reflect and construct the cultural forms and the culture from which it comes. So in art, we will see new subjects, new styles, and new ways of looking at the world. In music, we will see harmony and rhythm being extended and at times totally discarded. And in literature, we will see authors examining the subconscious of characters and calling traditional forms and traditional attitudes into question. All of these artistic styles are challenging principles that had been held for centuries and clearly show a cultural response to the changes taking place in the world out of which they came.